What's up everyone, and welcome to another video. This time we'll be showcasing a team in the Ultra League with Scrafty, Deoxys, and Luxray. Definitely probably not the best team, but definitely one that's a little fun for the Season of Spice. So let's get right into the first battles. First game, we see a good lead in Walrein, and they switch into Talonflame. I switch a little slow, but it's still a very good matchup for Deoxys, as I outpace to a Rock Slide, which will one-shot. So as long as I'm throwing 2 counters between each Incinerate at good timing, this will be a win that they'll have to shield first, and there's no possible way for them to win this matchup as long as I'm at shields. So 2 counters, 1 Incinerate, and we throw another Rock Slide, and they build up. So now we have all their shields down, which is great for Luxray. They throw another Flame Charge, no big deal, and 2 counters and a Rock Slide to take out the Talonflame. I'm assuming the Walrein will come back in, but it's a Giratina. They farm us down, which is kind of rough, but Scrafty should be able to finish off this match no problem. Take the first Dragon Claw, doesn't do a whole lot, and we just keep building up because I was anticipating the swap to try to catch a foul play, but no. So we throw one more and throw a foul play, which does about 40%, maybe 35%. So I know with 2 we'll barely not KO. So we go ahead and get that second one off. And at this point, we're in very good shape as a Dragon Claw won't KO, and we know that 1 Wild Charge doesn't fully KO a Walrein, but it does about 90%. So at this point, they have to throw, and I'm not even sure an Icicle Spear would take us out, but they do throw the Earthquake, no big deal. We can farm down, and as long as we get to this power-up punch, we can take out the Giratina, and that is a good game. Into the next one. Cresselia. Cresselia is a little rough because Moonblast is double super effective, so we throw 1 foul play after 7 counters because the first Moonblast takes 8 Psycho Cuts to get to, and we swap into Deoxys. They throw a Grass Knot for some reason, not a huge deal. This is an actually losing matchup for Deoxys, but just barely. So we just spam out our Rock Slides as Psycho Cut and Counter are both resisted, and we keep it going. The opponent staying in, which does worry me a little bit that they're strong against Scrafty in the back, which would be, I am not even sure at this point. So I throw the Psycho Boost to get the KO because at this point I do want to control switch advantage. And they bring in an Umbreon, which is totally fine. Here, normally, I am an aggressive swapper, but I'm going to stay in just because Scrafty has such a strong matchup against Umbreon. All shields are still up. It does take about 4 last resorts plus the snarls to KO a Scrafty XL, so, and I think this is a rank 2 or 3 Scrafty. We throw a power-up punch, no big deal. My opponent still isn't shielding, but they're staying in, which makes me really question what's in the back. But here, unfortunately, we see a Shadow Gramble, and unfortunately, Luxray just can't take the charms. We throw a Wild Charge as a last-ditch effort, but of course they shield, and a little bit of lag, but doesn't really matter. We get farmed down, and that's a good game. Next game, terrible lead in Machamp, so we swap right into our not hard counter, but our soft counter in Luxray. Throw a Psychic Fangs, they don't shield, that's totally fine. And they swap into a Snorlax. Somehow or another they beat us to the move, but that's whatever. It doesn't KO, and we get off this Wild Charge, which will still do a lot, especially to a Shadow Snorlax. And this is our ability to one shield and farm down. It's still a little risky as they do have a Machamp in the lead. I do throw the power-up punch for some reason, which was probably a terrible mistake, as I'm going to instantly swap into Deoxys, and in comes Walrein. So at this point we are in a pretty good shape. The Machamp does have some energy, but this is a very strong matchup for Deoxys, even down a shield. And Scrafty still has a 2 counter advantage, and we can live 1 cross chop. So we throw some Rock Slides, try to get all shields down, which we do. I throw the Psycho Boost right before they get to another Icicle Sphere, just because I don't want to be in cross chop range. But it doesn't KO. Icicle Sphere comes through, and here comes another one. At this point, I let the Deoxys go, and I figured that my win condition is going to be with Scrafty getting to a foul play since we got all shields down. We shield the first cross chop, they'll get to another. but it definitely doesn't KO, as cross chop is not a very strong move. And we throw the foul play for good measure. Even though it's resisted, it will KO. That's a good game. And oh, one counter left for the Walrein. And then to the next game. Ampharos in the lead. Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon, but definitely not the strongest choice in the Open Ultra League. They throw a Thunder Punch, which is fine. I throw this foul play right before they get to a second Thunder Punch. I notice that they're staying in, so I swap on 3 to catch the Thunder Punch just to see what's in the back. They come in with Gengar, and I notice they're throwing right away, which can only be a Shadow Punch, which we can live, and we at least get off a Psycho Boost. I'm expecting a shield here, but no shield, so that's fine by me. They also have to throw immediately, or we'll get to another Psycho Boost. From here, I can snarl down with Luxray, and Luxray has a very strong matchup against most of the meta. Fortunately here, a Hydreigon comes in, which is fine. We do get the shield with a Wild Charge. Right here, I make a gutsy move by throwing the Psychic Fangs, and they no shield. But I figure my win condition here is just to ramp up Scrafty and go down. That HP there was a visual glitch, but Hydreigon is not the tankiest Pokemon at all. It's actually quite squishy, and we can counter it down. That's a good game. And into the final game, a great lead in Jellicent. They are going straight Bubble Beam after 4, which is fine. They throw an alignment, so we get an extra counter through. We throw 4 counters, and since they're staying in, might as well throw the foul play. So that's 1 shield down, which is perfectly fine. They throw an alignment again, and we get an extra counter through again. So we throw 1, throw our foul play. Here I'm hoping to get that second shield, which we do, which is fantastic because we all know that Luxray is better with shields down than shields up. So I go ahead and swap in Luxray just because it's very curious to me that they're staying in and double shielding their Jellicent from a Scrafty. Here I throw a Psychic Fangs to weaken it up. They're not throwing a move, so I go for the Wild Charge. Even though it's resisted, it'll definitely do more damage. They don't throw again, but I figured this would be a CMP tie, so I might as well get some damage off, and it is. And they throw the Power Whip to take us out. Bring back in Scrafty to counter down. They throw 1 move. I assume this was a Power Whip, but it's only a Mirror Shot, which is fine. So they'll get to another Mirror Shot right here, no big deal, as clearly they don't have a great answer for Scrafty to begin with. As Jellicent comes back in, and we throw the foul play right away. We're still not even in Hex and Bubble Beam range, so we just stay in. They do throw the Shadow Ball, however, which is a nice play, but in comes Walrein, and this game is over, as Counter and Rock Slide are far superior to Powder Snow and Icicle Sphere. As you can see, the double counter users plus the Luxray draws out most of the meta in the Ultra League to allow for strong counter downs, build up extra energy, and take control of the games more than they should. And they finally bring back in their last Pokemon, and we Psycho Boost, which doesn't fully KO, but the timer's coming up, so we throw another Psycho Boost to KO, and that is it. So we finish this set off at 4-1, I do believe. And the rewards should show here in just a moment. And it's a nice, good set. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Please consider subscribing, commenting, and liking the video, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you.